Hi everybody, I'm Tina from CNC Designs and I am also a rep with Magnolia Design Co. I am here today to talk to you about day 5, which is the craft club. This craft club kit comes completely with everything you need to complete a project. And today we are going to be demonstrating one of my favorite of all times in craft club. It is the most wonderful time of the year craft club kit. It comes with 2 dowels. I've gone ahead and just added some ends on my dowels to make it look more like a scroll, because this month's kit is meant to be a scroll. And inside that kit you'll get your 2 dowels. You will get this amazing stencil, as well as some glue dots to help adhere your scroll. You're going to get 2 paste packets, one in coal black and the other one in peppermint leaf green, as well as some jute string. You're also going to get your squeegee. You're going to get your craft paper for your scroll, and the craft club kit is going to come complete with a picture to show you how it should look, as well as written instructions. And if you're a visual learner, you can scan that barcode and you can see how to put it together on video. So everything you need to complete this kit is in this box. I have gone ahead, let me just tell you one other thing about the scroll. You get so much craft paper that you're able to actually make 2 scrolls out of 1 roll of craft paper in this kit. So it's kind of like getting 2 kits in one. I've cut it in half because I know that I don't need all of this craft paper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use half on one scroll, and then I'll probably make another one on the other, using the other half to give as a gift. So that's something for you to think about when you join craft club. Our stencils are reusable. They're meant for you to be able to use them over and over again several times. So you definitely get your money's worth in craft club. It is a 3-month commitment initially, and if for some reason you're not satisfied after those 3 months, you can discontinue craft club. But I can assure you that if you join, you probably won't discontinue. It is so exciting to be able to get a package in the mail and have everything you need to put together a project without having to go shopping. And if any of you out there are crafters, and I know you are, you know what I mean. We just want to get to work. We want to get started. We want to get to work. And this takes all of the guesswork out of it. You can put the kit together as Magnolia suggests, or you can use your own imagination, like I've done a little bit with this particular project, by using my ends. And those were just some little wood pieces that I had in my stash that I felt would really make a good embellishment for this kit. So that's what I did. So you don't even have to do that. You can put it together just the way Magnolia suggests, and I guarantee you, you're gonna have an amazing project when you're done. So I'm just adhering this craft paper to our scroll, and I'm gonna do the same on the top and the bottom. Trying to get good adhesion here. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing here on this end. I'm just going to put a little bit onto our paper just so it stays in place and not move around so much. And I'm going to try and get this centered on the dowel. And that probably is the hardest part about this kit, honestly. It's just getting those things centered. Once you do that, you're all set. I'm gonna just lay our stencil down here so we can get some sense of placement. I think right about here should be enough. I prefer to use the glue just because it's easier for me than working with those dots. The dots certainly work and can adhere it. I just like to take the easy way out. So here we go. I think one of my ends is coming off. Let me see if I can get that fixed. This stencil is amazing. It is a reusable stencil, so this is the gift that literally keeps on giving. You can use this over and over again. Each Christmas, you can make a different project using this stencil. You can make and give gifts using the stencil. It is well worth the price of admission. I have made a couple of things with this stencil, and I will make sure that I show you before we get off some other ways that I've used the stencil, at least one other way. So this is what we have so far. So that is looking really cute already without even putting our stencil down yet. I have here some white chalk paint. I am just gonna dry brush across my craft paper just because I wanna add a little bit more visual interest in the background. So I'm gonna do that by adding some of my white chalk paint from Folk Art. It is white Adirondack. And let me just get a little bit of that off because again, I don't want to paint the paper. I'm just dry brushing. And I'm doing it kind of in a diagonal, not necessarily uniformed way, but just again to bring some visual interest. I hope you can see. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit more. That's better. So I'm just going back and forth because I want that white paint to help that peppermint green, did you guys see that? Pop. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of those zigzags there. I am gonna go a little bit heavier here in the middle. And a little bit more down on this end and up here on that end. Okay. So now we're gonna just get a little bit of a dry so that we can move on to our next steps. These projects are so versatile. You can do something like this with the kiddos. You can get a group of girlfriends, join craft club, and once a month you guys can get together and do your craft club kits. If you join craft club, Magnolia does have a once a month group kind of date night where all the crafters get together and you put together your kit. You can put together that kit for that month, or you can begin to put together, maybe you missed last month and maybe you just want to hang out and have some friends to craft with. It's a great way to be able to just have some fun, have a nice girls' night out, have a nice friends' night out, hang out, create something pretty. That's always a good time. And that is a virtual thing that happens every month. Once you join Craft Club, you get with your designer, ask your designer when the Craft Club kit meets, when the Craft Club meets every month, and pop in and put together your kit with friends. It is going to be a little bit wrinkled, but that's okay, because once you roll this up and as you use it, it will, those paint wrinkles will kind of dissipate. So I'm just being sure to give this a good dry, because when we add our stencil, I don't want any of the paint to be lifting or get stuck in my stencil. Our stencils are mesh stencils. So you want to make sure that you get rid of any paint and or paste so that it doesn't get stuck in the mesh, and that allows you to be able to have that stencil for years and to be able to use it over and over again. I've had stencils that I have used numerous times and they are all still in good shape, well loved, but in good shape and still ready to be used. So I think we've almost got a good dry here. Just feeling around, making sure that, because I did apply paint in some spots heavier than others. I don't know why my end piece on this end doesn't want to stay. Maybe I'm pressing on it, I think. Okay. Let's see if we can get our end cap to stay. I can definitely add some tight bond or some wood glue, even better. But for these purposes, I will try to use the glue gun. It's just a little wooden doodad. I believe it's supposed to be a wood bead or some sort. But I thought it would look cute on the ends of the scroll. So that's how I chose to use these little pieces. So here is our scroll so far. So now we've got to prep our stencil. I'm gonna get my tacky towel out. I don't know why we call them tacky towels. They're really not tacky. I love this Magnolia green. I'm gonna peel my stencil from its backing, and because I am using this for the first time, I do want to get a good fuzz on it, and also because I'm putting this on paper. I don't want to tear it. I don't want to rip it, so I'm gonna try and get a nice fuzz going here. And that helps to take some of the stickiness or the tackiness off of the stencil initially. Once you clean them and wash them and put it back on its backing sheet, it will still remain sticky. It'll just be a little less tacky than when you first take it out of the package. So I think we might be ready. You can use a tacky towel, you can use a t-shirt, you can use a pair of jeans, you can use anything to remove some of that tackiness that doesn't have a high pile and will leave a lot of lint behind. So I'm gonna just position the stencil. I'm gonna try and leave a little bit of that white on the top and the bottom. Although on our top, we will be adding some greenery. I have this peppermint leaf paste in a tub, so I'm gonna use my tub as opposed to the package that came with it, because I already have this one open. I am going to take, yours comes with the squeegee. Your squeegee is this size. I'm gonna use a little bit bigger one just because I have the bigger one and it helps me to get this done quicker. Now, because I am working on paper and I painted my paper, mine may be a little bit wrinkled, but that's okay. I love character. I love things that are multifaceted. I love using various types of media. So all of that really doesn't bother me. I've just applied some of my paste down. I'm gonna take the squeegee. You wanna use a sort of a light hand. You don't need to be so heavy-handed because you don't wanna push your paste, as I said before, into your screen. So you're just gonna go over the areas where the stencil is. I'm gonna take a little bit more here. I tend to use a little bit more than necessary, but the good thing about it is you can take the excess and put it back into your tub. So there's never a waste, which is another thing that I absolutely love about this product. And the stencils, the fonts, the design is just hands down. I have not personally seen any stencils that I think equal to Magnolia stencils in their beauty and the way that they literally lay and come up off of a piece. It really looks like artwork. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous. With the paste, you have a little bit more work time than if you were using ink. Ink tends to dry a little bit faster. However, because I am working on paper and I finished on that top, I'm just going to give it a little bit of a lift here just so that it doesn't stay. And it also gives me a chance to peek and see if I want to go back over something. You don't want to go over and over it again because, as I said before, that can interfere with the integrity and the print overall if you keep going over the same area. So you want to be careful about that. But other than that, that's probably the hardest things, is just to resist the temptation of going over and over and over it again, because you don't really need that. I'm gonna just get a little bit more on my end here. You wanna look around at all your areas and make sure that everywhere that the paste should have been applied, you apply. So again, today is all about Craft Club. You want to make sure you join Craft Clubs. It is really, really amazing. If you're a creative person or if you're just looking for an outlet, something to do, this is something that you can do. Not a lot of work. Magnolia has done all of the work for you, honestly, in terms of the shopping. You just need a little bit of elbow grease, your imagination, and you can go to town. So I'm gonna lift this up. I want to get my M, I see a little bit. Again, remember, we painted ours, so any little what looks like maybe errors or a little flaw is all due to me and my design and not Magnolia. I'm gonna just sit that down and give it a little spritz until I can get to my sink to wash that properly. But that spritz of water will help that paste to begin to release itself from the stencil and make it that much easier to clean when I get to my sink. I'm gonna close up our paste jar. I am looking for some wipes. You wanna make sure always when you're working with these stencils and the paste and the chalks that you clean your hands, because you don't want to have any extra paste on your hands and then wind up getting it someplace on your project that you didn't want it. And I have paste and paint. So, okay, I guess that's good enough for now. So let's get a little bit more heat again. First, let me see if I can show you what we have. That is what we've done so far. I'm loving it. let's see if we can get some dry on this. And then we're gonna add a little bit of greenery. Honestly, this is the kit. It is complete right now. You could stop here and you have an amazing project to hang up. I'm gonna run my jute string through here. And this scroll will be ready to hang up. And the thing that I really like about this is that you can roll this up when the season ends, store it away, and next season you can pull it back out, which is absolutely awesome for me. It doesn't take a lot of space. I live in a New York City apartment, so space is at an all-time premium for me. I think also what I might do is I may take some ink and ink my edges. I love that the paper is curling and giving its own character. It really is giving the look of something that is not brand new, but maybe something that we use and we pull out as a part of our Christmas traditions in our home. And it just really gives it a lot of character, which is something that I love, especially at Christmas time. I love to use things that are tradition in the family. You know, ornaments and things that my children have made, things that my mom has made. It all just makes for a very merry and wonderful holiday season for me. So anytime that I can create something that has that look and that feel to it, I am just beyond excited. Christmas is absolutely my favorite time of the year. And as a crafter, I really, really love making handmade things. I think that's the best gift you can possibly give to someone. And Christmas gives me an opportunity to really go overboard with that. So I love that about the holiday. And just the overall meaning of Christmas, the true meaning of Christmas, is just amazing to me. So I think we have a good dry here. And I'm going to show you our scroll once again. That's what we have. And let's see if we can apply our jute string. I probably should have ran it through, but I think I'm going to just apply it on the ends this way. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times and tie off, just so that we have a nice hold. So I've just taken a piece of it and started my wrapping. I think I'm going to tie here. You can make some little bows at the end if you want. You certainly have enough jute string for that. I'm not, because I want this to have a little bit of a kind of rustic feeling, so not too frilly. No bows this time, at least not with this jute string. I think I want to try and see if maybe we should double this. Let's see how that might work. Okay. So now I'm gonna just find my other end. Turn it around this way. And we're gonna see how much slack I want to put on here. Probably about here is good. I'm gonna do the same thing on this end. And let's see, we can get this tied here this way. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So here's our scroll. Now, one more thing. I have a little greenery sprig that I just put together, just a couple of pieces of greenery that I bound together on both the left and right ends. And I think I want to apply that right up here. I'm not sure if it's going to stay, but we're gonna try and see how that works out. I'm just gonna use some hot glue for now. I can open up my dowel string at the top again and probably grab some of it onto my greenery to ensure that it sticks. So that's something that you can do if you want to try creating a project this way. So once again, this is day 5, and this is all about Craft Club. In our monthly Craft Club kits, you get everything you need in a box to put together a beautiful project such as this one. This one is the Amazing It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year kit, one of my absolute favorite kits from Magnolia Design and Craft Club. I love this kit. I think, yeah, you can see it. Here is our scroll. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now it's ready to be hung on a wall, on a door. You can put it in a wreath even. You can, well, not, I wouldn't put it in the wreath, but you can hang it in the wreath so that it's the center part of the wreath. And it's just a really quick, beautiful project that really packs a big wow. So find your creator. Join Craft Club if you haven't joined already. And remember, when you join Craft Club, you can go to Magnolia's once a month Craft Club group and put together your kit with a group of friends. You can, your creator may even have a monthly Craft Club get together where they do it and where all of his or her creators, customers get together and do Craft Club. There are lots of ways for you to be able to get with friends and just enjoy being a part of Craft Club. So get your kit, get started. Don't hesitate, don't delay. I guarantee you, you will love it. And again, my name is Tina. My business page is CNC Designs. I would love to have you come and visit us so we can get together and make more beautiful things. I hope you've enjoyed my version of It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Craft Club. Thank you, everybody. You all have a blessed rest of your day and have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye-bye.